advanced HTML tables, and image maps. Let's see what KompoZer can do with colors for the table, row, or individual details. I've opened up my page 1 in KompoZer. Put my cursor below the existing text, and I'll move up to the table icon. Click Add a 3x3 table. I can control the size of the table by moving specific items, but we're here to talk about color. I'll right-click this cell and go to Table or Cell Background Color, and choose a bright red. I've added that color to that individual cell. Let me highlight a row. Right-click, Table or Cell Background Color. Apply that same red to the entire row. Make sure your table is selected. Right-click, Table or Cell Background Color. This time I can choose Table, add a color to the entire table. Let's talk about borders. Select the table, right-click, Table, Cell, Property. On the Table tab, I can change the size of my borders. There's also controls for spacing and padding. Let's see what that's about. Cell spacing is the amount of room the border takes up between cells. Cell padding is the amount of room around an object in the detail, so you can add spacing or padding from this control. Cell alignment. By default, the text likes to go to the upper left-hand corner. Let's see if I can change that alignment. Right-click on this cell. Table Cell Properties. I can align vertically or horizontally. So instead of top left, perhaps I'd like bottom right. Perhaps for this cell, Table Cell Properties. Middle, center. Merge cells. If I highlight these 3 cells, right-click, join the selected cells. If I select these 2 cells, right-click, I can join the selected cells. A note on cell contents. In many versions of NVU or KompoZer, if you don't place anything in the cell, that cell will collapse when you open it in your browser. So always put something in each cell, even if it's a non-breaking space. Advanced tables in Dreamweaver. In Dreamweaver, in my Lab 6, I'll open Pages, and again, I'll open page 1. Below the text, I will insert a table. Again, 3x3, but I can control the size of the table right off the bat, % or pixels. I can set my border thickness, set my padding or spacing. I'll click OK. Again, I can always resize the table. Let's see how Dreamweaver handles colors for our table, row, or details. I've opened up page 1 in Dreamweaver. I can insert a table, control rows and columns, how wide the table is, control the border thickness. I can even control cell padding and cell spacing right from this creation window. I'll just choose OK. If the table isn't the correct size, you can resize the table. As far as colors go, if I select a cell, notice the Properties window at the bottom of the page changed, and I can choose a color. If I select a row, I can apply a color. While I'm down here, I also notice that I can control the horizontal and vertical alignment straight from this Properties window. If I choose to split my code, I'll see that Dreamweaver has already placed non-breaking spaces in my table. If I type in pi, and one more, you'll notice that Dreamweaver prefers to put things left center. Highlight the text. Instead of the default, I can say right bottom. This one I could say center middle. It's also easy to merge. Select these three cells. Right-click, Table, Merge Cells. It's also easy to merge these two. Image maps. An image map is used when you wish to use an image to link to multiple pages. This one image has a round shape, a trapezoidal shape, and a rectangular shape. I could make each of these separate elements a link to something different. No one creates an image map by hand. One option is to copy my code and image. From the PDF version of your book, you can copy the code. KompoZer can't do image maps by itself, but if you have GIMP on hand, you can generate the code using GIMP and copy the code into KompoZer. In GIMP, choose Filters, Web, Image Map. Choose the rectangular selection tool, then type in the link. You'll need to save this code, copy it, and add it in KompoZer. Let me show you the easy way in Dreamweaver. In Dreamweaver, I've opened up page 2. Insert Image. Browse to the Images folder. Select folders.gif. Folders Graphic. For the alternate text, I only want this folder to be a hotspot. Select the image. Choose the rectangular selection tool. Draw a rectangle. A reminder about ALT down at the bottom. Browse to a different page or add a URL. Again, don't forget the ALT. Save your changes. I'll now open up page 2. When I point at this part of the image, I get the ALT folders graphic. But when I point at this, it says to resume. Notice that the link has changed the cursor shape.